is The Chris Abraham Show.
Here's the story about my dad dying underneath his mistress, covered in whipped cream. It was 1995, and I had moved from D.C. to Hawaii to help my dad prepare for a General Motors yearly parts award. So people who would sell General Motors parts, if they sold the most, they and their family would be able to spend a week at a retreat. And this retreat was at El Conquistador Resort and Country Club in Fajardo, Puerto Rico. And I had gone with him, and we were there as a team, and one of his colleagues was named Mary. And she was married, and my dad had a girlfriend, but they were totally in love with each other. I don't know, they were never really together. But anyway, I didn't know anything was going on. It just seemed like we were getting the work done. My dad was sort of my Hemingway. He was a drinker and a smoker, and a party guy at 58. So I wake up a little hungover from a party we had to facilitate the night before, and of course, Puerto Rican rum. But I heard that he was out early photographing a bunch of GM award winners who were doing the equestrian event. By event, I mean like passing the time on horses. And my dad was out there photographing them, and all of a sudden he felt as if his body was swarmed with biting ants, I was told. And that he collapsed with a coronary and eventually was taken to the local hospital. A hospital which had feral dogs outside, so it must have been the Fajardo Hospital. It was pretty dodgy. And I confirmed that he was dead by insisting that they show me his body in the freezer. That's 95. 1998, I woo a girl that I met in 1996 who was a scuba diver like I was, and had heard, while scuba diving on the same boat with Tom Yoho, my dad and Mary's friend, my girlfriend had heard from Tom Yoho that the real story was, that was never told to me. I was told my dad died while photographing people on horses. The real story was that my dad died while in coitus with his mistress, and he was covered in whipped cream, and that's how he died. He died under his mistress, covered in whipped cream. I didn't hear that until 1998, and it exploded my entire concept of reality and the concept of story, and what really did happen and what didn't happen, and what a small world that the girl that I fell in love with in 96 and finally convinced to move in with me in Hawaii in 1998 had the true story about how my dad passed away back in 1995 before we had even met. In fact, when I met her in potentially by the time we met in 1995 or 1996, she had already known this story but I didn't know the story. It's very weird. So whether you share this on the show or whether you clip it up or whether you excerpt it or whether you just enjoy it for your edification, I just wanted to answer your question that you asked during last Sunday's show. Mahalo and aloha, and I will talk to you soon. Love, Sir Chris of the Pike. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to The Chris Abraham Show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time.